Hello friends, welcome again to a new session, and today we will discuss toll rate policies of Government of India. In India, the toll rates are described as per Gazette of India Extraordinary Part 2, Section 3, Subsection 1, which is published by the Road Wing of Ministry of Road Transport and Highways under the National Highway Act of 1956. The first rules for toll rate were developed by the central government, and these are called National Highway Temporary Bridges Rules. The first revision of these rules was made in 1997, and they were called National Highways Rate of Fee Rules, and then in 2008 National Highway Fee Determination of Rates and Collection Rules. And after that there have been several amendments to these rules. The National Highways Temporary Bridges Rules of 1964 are for temporary bridges constructed on national highways. The fee were collected by the central government, and the transportation during 60s was mostly in palkis, dolis, and therefore the tolls were collected for the users using these services. Palki with 8 bearers and travelers was charged 37 paisa, and similarly dolly with 4 bearers and travelers was charged 19 paisa, and cart drawn by horses, either one horse or two horses or one bullock or two bullocks, it was charged 50 paisa. Four-wheeled carriage with servants 1 rupee 50 paisa, and horse with riders 9 paisa. Even animals were charged when they crossed the bridge. Bullocks and buffaloes, sheep, dogs, they were all charged. And the maximum charge probably was for elephant, which was 75 paisa. Camels with load of sacks on their back, they were charged 2 rupees 25 paisa. And similarly, mules laden with driver was charged 9 paisa. Now India was having exposure to the new mode of transportation such as motorcycles, motor car, trucks, and even hand-drawn rickshaws. And motorcycle with a sidecar was charged 50 paisa, motor car 10 rupees and 25 paisa for every extra occupant, but highest was for a truck crossing a bridge, that was 50 rupees. These rules were then revised in 1997. These rules were applied to temporary or permanent bridges having cost in between 25 lakh, that is 2.5 million, and 100 lakh completed and open to traffic on or before 1st April 1976, but before 1st May 1992. Also, the bridges constructed after May 1992 but before 30th September 1997 with cost more than 100 lakhs, that is 10 million, or bridges which were constructed after 1997. Toll rate for different vehicle classes under Rule 3, Sub-Rule 1 were defined based on the initial cost of the bridge and its approaches. These are the cost in crores of rupees, and you can see here that car was charged 5 rupees, whereas LCV or mini buses 10 rupees, and trucks and buses and multi-axle vehicle 15 rupees. Toll rates applied to the projects of conversion of existing 2-lane highways to 4-lane highways shall be within the capping rate given here. For car, jeep or van, it will be 40 paisa per kilometer. And similarly for heavy construction machinery and earth moving equipment will be 3 rupees per kilometer. There was a provision for revising toll fare every year, and this was to be done using this equation, that revised rate will be base fee multiplied by ratio of wholesale price index of base year and actual year. Here WPIB is the wholesale price index on March 31st, 1997, and this is the wholesale price index of the current year. These rules were again revised in 2008, and they are now called National Highway Fee Determination of Rates and Collection Rules 2008. And this document is prepared with due modification in the rules of 1997, which were earlier known as National Highway Rate of Fee Rules, NHFR. The different rules in these rules are rule number 3, that is levy of the fee, rule 4, base rate of fee, rule 5, annual revision of fees, and there is a rule 6 which tells the procedure of collection of fee, rule 8 indicates about the location of toll plaza, and rule 9 provides some provision for discounts. Rule 3, which is on levy of the fee, it is any section of the national highway, whether it is a permanent bridge, tunnel or bypass forming the part of national highway, will be levied by the fee. And the base year for calculation of this fee is financial year 2007-8. That is from 1st April 2007 to 31st March 2008. The public funded projects such as any section of the national highway, permanent bridge, tunnel or bypass forming the part of NH are levied by the fee after 45 days within completion of the project. And for private funded projects, the toll tax should be taken as per the agreement signed between the concessionaire and the government. The vehicles such as two-wheelers, three-wheelers, animal-drawn vehicles and tractors are exempted from the payment of this fee. The reason being, firstly, that they are not allowed on the toll section as other service roads or alternate roads are provided. Now, if the users of two-wheelers, three-wheelers, animal-drawn vehicles and tractors drive from toll section even after provision of alternate route, then they are charged with 50% of the fee that of the car user. The toll tax after calculating should be rounded off to near multiple of 5 rupees. Rule 4 provides the calculation of toll rate. Now, toll rate for a vehicle type I is given by this equation, that is base rate for the vehicle multiplied by the length of the road. And this base rate depends upon the category of the vehicle. 5 category of the vehicles are given in this rule 4. One is C1, C1 is car, jeep, and C2 is light commercial vehicles or light goods vehicle or minibus, and similarly C3, C4 and C5. Base rate for car is 65 paisa per kilometer, and these are the multiplying factors for different categories of vehicles. For LGV and LCV or minibus, it is 1.62. So base fare or base fee becomes 0.65 into 1.62, that is 1.05. And for multi-axle truck, it is 6.46. So it becomes 4.20 per kilometer. This is the table which tells the base rate of fee under Rule 4 of the 2008 Act. For car, jeep, van, light motor vehicle, it is 65 paisa per kilometer, and for bus and truck, it is 2.2. It is 4.2 for oversized vehicles. And these are the description of these vehicles. What should be their gross weight vehicle? What should be the passenger carrying capacity? And what should be number of axles in case of commercial vehicles? Now, what this rule says that for the project of two-lane national highway requiring more than 1 crore per kilometer of investment are levied with fee equal to 60% of fee provided in this table. Now, if the construction cost, that is rule 4, sub rule 4, it says that if the construction cost of the permanent bridge, tunnels or bypass exceeds 10 crore, then the base rate in this table are to be used. Now, this table provides the use of rule as per the project cost with threshold of 50 crore. The construction cost here is the cost assessed by the executive authority before the bid from the concessionaire, or the cost assessed before 6-month completion of the project in case of public funded project. And whether the cost is to be levied or not, it will depend upon whether the section is part of national highway or not. And that is how they are calculated. There is a provision in Rule 5 for annual revision of fee, and this should be carried out on every 1st April of the year. and rate is 3% without compounding. This is the equation used for applicable rate of fee that will depend upon the base rate and wholesale price index of base year and the current year. Now this 0.4 here is cap, so that WPI is restricted to 40% only, and that is under Rule 5, Sub Rule 2 of the Act. Rule 6 provides the procedure of collection of fee, and it says that fee shall be collected by the central government authority or executive authority or by concessionaire. Fee can be paid either in cash or through smart card, and no additional charge will be made for payment by smart card. It also says that receipt should be given to cash user compulsorily and for smart card on demand. Rule 8 of this 2008 Act defines the minimum distance between two toll plaza, and this rule says that minimum distance between two toll plaza should be minimum 60 km in one direction, and the concession can be given in permission of building toll plaza in distance less than 60 km also with due permission from the executive officer. Now for toll collection at permanent bridge, tunnels or bypass, the distance between toll plaza can be even less than 60 km also. The criteria for toll plaza near municipal boundaries are illustrated in this figure. The minimum distance between the municipal or local town area limit should be 10 km. For lower than 10 km but more than 5 km, permission is required in writing from executive officer. Less than 5 km is applicable only if the section of national highway or permanent bridge, tunnel or bypass is constructed within the municipal boundaries for the use of residents in that municipal corporation or town area. Rule 9 provides some provision for discount. The discount on toll rates are given to frequent users as per concessionaire or executive authority. 1.5 times of the fee for one-way journey is applicable for a maximum of 2 journey within 24 hours from the time of payment. Further, 2/3 of the fee payable is applicable for 50 single journey within 1 month from the date of the payment. For the person living within 20 km of the toll plaza, the amount of rupees 150 per month is payable as a monthly pass for the non-commercial vehicle. And if the service road or alternate road is provided, then the monthly pass is not acceptable and the person has to compulsorily use them. Further, no pass is issued to the person residing within 20 km but not passing the toll plaza. In 2010, this NHFR 2008 was renamed as National Highway Fee Determination of Rates and Collection Amendment Rules 2010 by making small changes. And this table will show you what are changes made in 2010. The first at projects of two-lane national highway requiring more than 1 crore per kilometer. Now this limit was raised to 2.5 crore per kilometer. Second, under Rule 4, Sub Rule 4, this word bypass was dropped in the amendments. And third, this WPIA, that is wholesale price index, it was subsequent to 1st January immediately preceding the date of revision. It was replaced by wholesale price index, which is the WPI of the December of preceding year rather than January. And one new addition was made. When the cost of bypass is equal to or more than 10 crore, then the bypass is considered separately for toll road calculation and not included as a part of national highway. But if the cost of bypass is less than 10 crore, then it is considered as part of national highway and toll rate is calculated as per Rule 2, Sub Rule 2. Rule 4, Sub Rule 2 was further revised in 2011, and here the only difference is that a new category was added. in the vehicle classification. Earlier there were 5 categories and now there are 6 categories, and this category 3 axle commercial vehicle was added, having 3 axles and gross vehicle weight of 25 tons or less. And accordingly, the load limit of this category of vehicle was revised from 20,000 to 60,000 to 25,000 to 60,000 kg. Base rate for this 3 axle vehicle category was introduced in this table under this amendment rule. And in Rule 6, Sub-Rule 6, it was also revised that the fee shall be collected at the reduced rate, that is 40% of fee on the date of transfer of toll section by the central government for public funded projects after the end of tenure as per concession agreement. A new section was added telling that discount of 50% is provided to the commercial vehicles without national permit, having the registration certificate related to particular district and traveling on toll section within the same district. If the service road or alternate road is available, then no such concession is provided for such vehicles. Now these were further amended in 2013, and now the rules of 2008 are called principal rules, and the sub rule 3 and 4 of rule 4, that is the rule of 60% of toll rate for projects of 2 national highway requiring more than 1 crore per kilometer of investment, was removed. Instead of that, a new section was added which states that the toll rate is applied as 75% of the base rate as per rule 2 sub rule 4 of the highway, which are upgrading from 4 lane to 6 lane, and these rates are applied from the date of commencement of the project to the date of completion of the project without annual revision of toll rates. And the project is delayed, then collection of toll rate is also delayed. It further added one more rule for expressways, and it says that toll rate for expressway are to be taken 1.25 times as the rate for highways. Rules 4 sub rule 10 is also structured again, and the toll rate for standalone structures like bridge, tunnel or flyover can be calculated by converting the cost of structure excluding the cost of approaches into equivalent number of highway or expressway, and this can be done by normalizing the cost of a standalone structure by the equalization factor, that is the average cost per kilometer of a highway or expressway as on 1st April of that year. And these standalone facilities are provided as an alternative to existing facility or a new facility to provide benefits to travel time saving and vehicle operating cost. And new rule is added here as the toll rates are applied as 60% of toll base rate for the highway with paved shoulder having 2 to 4 lanes and with minimum of 3 meters of widening as an improvement. Further, for overloaded vehicles, the excess load has to be removed from the vehicle for traveling on toll section. And if such vehicle ply on the road, then the driver has to pay 10 times the toll fare for such vehicle category. Now this rule 4 sub rule 10 was again revised in 2014, and now the toll rate for standalone structure is calculated by multiplying the equivalent length of structure by a factor of 10 instead of normalization by average cost per kilometer of highway or expressway. So that is omitted, and a new rule is added that if the standalone structure of length less than 60 meter is considered as part of highway, while standalone structure having length more than 60 meter is considered as separate entity for calculation of toll rate. Further, the word smart card is replaced by FASTag, as FASTag is introduced officially in India in 2014, and any vehicle without FASTag using FASTag lane has to pay double toll fee for that vehicle category as a penalty. Further upgradation in rules in 2018, some new rules are added, and it says if the vehicle user having valid FASTag in working condition and having balance but fails to pay the toll with FASTag due to malfunctioning of the FASTag infrastructure, then no fee has to be taken from the vehicle user and the vehicle user has permission to pass freely without stopping. Receipt of zero fee transaction has to be given to the vehicle user under this rule 6 of sub rule 3. For overloaded vehicle, the vehicle is allowed to use the toll section with excess fee as given in this table. If there is an excess of load up to 20%, the multiplying factor to the base rate is 2. If it is more than 80, it is 10. So if a commercial vehicle is loaded 50% more than its legal load, then he has to pay a toll which is 6 times the base rate. So friends, thank you very much. I have given overview of toll rate policy of Government of India in this session. If you have any question, you can write in the comment box.